So I've had authors reach out to me before and ask about how to put together an audition. And I wanted to mention a few things that you can do to make sure that you get someone that is the perfect narrator for your book. So the first thing is to consider your characters. Are there characters in your book that you want to hear the voices for? If you've been writing and you've heard this very specific voice in your brain that you want a narrator to perform, include that character in the script that you provide. And then the second thing is to consider the emotion of your book. Do you have scenes that are that exhibit a very heightened sense of emotion, whether that be fear or sadness or drama, that you really want to see if a narrator can go there and can really hit those notes? Then include a scene like that in your audition. The third thing is to consider the length. So if you include pages and pages of work, or sometimes I see authors include the entire book, then of course a narrator is not going to perform that in their audition. So I would keep it to around 400 to 500 words, no more than that. And the best format, I think, that is a great option to do is include like 3 different scenes maybe within that 400 or 500 word count total. Maybe the first scene has the characters you want. Maybe the second scene has the emotion you want. Maybe the third scene, a different emotion with different characters that you want to hear. So keep it to just like no more than 3 scenes, no more than 500 words, and you're pretty likely to get a narrator that's going to read the entire thing when they audition. So that way you get to hear all of the things that you want to hear. And then number 4, mention any accents that are in the book. And you might, include characters with those accents in those scenes that I mentioned. But even if it's a minor character or smaller characters, it's kind of nice to know for the narrator if there's going to be any characters with accents throughout the book, just so the narrator can make sure that they can do those accents before they audition for the book. And then and another thing that's kind of tied with that is if it's like an American in Paris and most of the dialogue will be American accented, but maybe there's a lot of Parisian words and you want to make sure the narrator understands that you're going to expect them to pronounce those words correctly. And so a narrator knowing that is also really helpful going in. So hopefully that gives you a good idea of how to put together a solid audition where you're getting narrators that you get to hear all the top points that you want to hear before finding that perfect voice for your book.